you guys know a little bit about what I've been doing. I've actually been like to myself, taking care of myself, and just like nurturing and loving on myself. And I have been like gymming it up. Also, I've lost quite a bit of weight, and it is because of how I've been eating and in the gym. And I have fallen in love, so in love with um, lemon and cucumber water, right? So I do that a whole lot and I crave for it. So what I did was I went on a strict detox. I went on a strict detox and I also did OMAD. So I did OMAD, and OMAD is 1 meal a day. So I did OMAD, and so I just wanted to cleanse. So when I usually cleanse and I want to do like a serious cleanse, and I try to do that. I used to, let me correct that. I used to try and do it like once a year, and then I kind of got away from it. So now, being happy, and with all of the support, then I can get these things done again. So what I did was I wanted to detox. I wanted to detox from everything. And then so now, which is boiling down to it this week right here, which will clip the end on everything. And I can say that it has been a very successful ride. So detoxing, getting away from sugars and water. Whatever. Yeah, I had a Coke the other day, like that took my throat and my chest out. I mean, I was like, first I tried an orange drink, and then I was like, I haven't had sugar in so long. It tastes like I was drinking straight sugar. And I was at work. I was like, dang, do this shit usually taste like this? Because of all my cravings and stuff, this is what I've been having. So it was like I was tasting straight sugar. So I wanted to detox, work out, and so what I did was I just went within, and I just want to cleanse myself from the inside out and start back working out really good. So, as in like going to the parks, being outside, keeping myself grounded, watching what I eat, and what I do won't work for it, might not work for everybody else, but actually cutting myself off from eating like around 7:30. And then I had to trick myself in doing that, y'all, because it's hard. And it's like, so you guys know I have a food addiction. And that's my friend probably texting me now because I'm supposed to be like going to work out at his gym. So anyway, it's like a drug, that what I was going through. And when I say my bones were aching, my stomach was cramping, and it was all because I wanted sugar and stuff like that. So what I did, I'm gonna tell you guys what I did. I did the wrong thing. I'm gonna tell you, I did do the wrong thing, but I had to do that. This is just what I had to do to get myself on the right track, or I wasn't gonna do what I needed to do. So I was like, I gotta get something that's really gonna make me go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I gotta like really sleep, because if not, it's waking me up. And so I got online and I started like Googling for melatonin. Melatonin usually don't do shit for me, right? It doesn't do nothing for me. And then I was just like, okay, shit, I need to double up or something like that. I need to get strongest dosage, whatever I can, to get me something that's going to make me go to sleep. And then I started thinking about I need to work out a little bit later, when I get off from work, and then also take the melatonin, whatever, so it can work for me. Anyway, y'all, and I just set this unit on my head, y'all. My hair is not even done because, like I said, when I wanted to detox, I wanted to detox from everything. And so what I have done, and the last thing I need to do is take off my lashes. So doing everything, I detoxing and clipping everything to the last thing of today. Like I said, of the week, I'm very happy. Took off all my nails. Haven't been wearing any makeup because I really want to glam. Haven't worn any makeup, but I wore makeup, I want to say twice within the last maybe 3-4 months or whatever. So I did that. I've been taking care of my skin. Yep, been taking care of my skin. So I'm taking off my lashes, redoing all my hair, and got to do the waxing thing, the cleansing thing. So I've been doing that and treating my skin. And I did the Noxzema ass thing. I have to tell you guys about that in another video or whatever. But I want to do everything brand new because I really want to glam. I am changing up my whole entire style once again. I'm changing up my whole entire style. And I got a new assistant. I am so happy about that. I have a new assistant, though. Now I really need the help because God, when I sit here and tell y'all my job, who. And I want to say that I am so grateful and thankful to, when the people think about me and when they think about they're starting their businesses and stuff like that, and then they want it to be successful and they want a helping hand, a starting hand, or whatever. I was offered a very, very big job position 2 days ago. Very big. And I was very, very happy to for someone to reach out to me, the resources and stuff that I have and stuff, within their business. And there's something big, one of the biggest things that they've done in Atlanta. And they called me about it. I turned it down, of course. I turned it down because I don't chase money. I don't have to. I don't chase money. I'm pretty much happy. I'm extremely and overjoyed happy with my baby girl, my YouTube baby. She's graduated high school and on to college now. Very happy about that. I have no kids in school, but I have 3 girls in college. I couldn't be more happier. I could not be more happier. I have 3 kids in college. Now, so with that being said, this week was our family trip to Florida. And I wound up not going. I was supposed to have left the other day. I wound up being, at work and stuff. I'm supposed to be on vacation. I have been working every single day. I was supposed to start vacation 4 days ago. But I've had a lot to do. I've had a lot to do. And so my job is pretty much demanding, but it's not any demands that I can't meet. So this week is a very exciting week for me because it's my birthday week. I'm really happy, overjoyed, with my energy. And what I did was I just started recalling all my energy and then spending my time with me and loving on me and in the gym. One thing that I have not liked about being in the gym is that now, guys, I want to shred on my arms. Like my body has been shredding everywhere. And the weight has been coming off and stuff. I have been eating, and then I don't feel so heavy. I don't feel heavy. I feel very happy and everything. And like I said, I'm changing up a lot with me, and so it's like in a couple of days I'll look totally, totally different. You guys know how I am about my look, the way that I dress and stuff. I do a lot when I pour into me. I love on me. I don't do it for anybody else. I just do it for me. I like everything about being a girl. So this right here, I did this unit and cut it and everything. I did this with myself. So I'm back into the hair game. And also I'm back within makeup and stuff like that. And I'm also doing more stuff for Amazon. I just hadn't combed this unit out. So it's just sitting on my head though anyway, because I'm getting ready to go work out. So I have been shredding. You guys can see I've been shredding everywhere. But my part that I hate, this is what I hate. Now, my arms are remembering from when I used to compete. I was going to be competing in August. That was one of the main things why I was shredding so much anyway. I was going to compete in Lawrenceville in August, and I actually signed up. So my body started remembering back to the day that when I was getting ready to compete. So my arms actually started toning back up big. You guys see that? And I didn't want to be cut up big. I just don't want that look anymore. So me working out, lifting weights and stuff, my arms and stuff started back getting really big and they started back toning and getting cut up. I don't want to be the girl where I'm with my dude and I'm bigger than his ass. I don't want that shit. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think that's sexy. Some people think it's sexy for when girls are like just really, really cut up and they're big and stuff like that. Yeah, for competition and stuff like that it is. But I'm like a soft girl. I'm soft. I'm the butterfly girl. And I want it to go all like within me. But then my arms, like I said, started cutting up and getting big and stuff like that again. And I don't want that. So I am going to be shredding my arms back down to get rid of this muscle tone and stuff. I mean, I want to be toned, but I don't want to go back to my Python arms. I used to have that some years ago and I really liked it. I did like it, but now I just don't want that. I just want the soft look, the girly look, the smooth, you know what I'm saying? I just want to be a very soft girl. That's what I want. So, I'm taking and changing my look. I'm kind of taking it up a whole nother notch, and I'm happy with it because I've been trying on some stuff, ordered some stuff, and I think I got, at first I was saying, I don't know if I'm going to go to work like that. I go to work, I'm classy, I wear, business suits, heels, and stuff like that. And, but then I said, I even wanted to change up some of the things how I did at work. So, um, you know, y'all, my closet failed. That was one of the worst things that could have happened to me this year. My closet failed. And the crazy shit is, I was already talking about it some days before. I kept thinking about my closet gonna fall, my closet gonna fall, and then it was like 2 days later, I walked in my closet and the shit just fell. I was like, damn, I had picked that shit up. So my closet fell, and y'all, it was just like I was so depressed. It takes a lot for me to get depressed, but that shit was on my nerves. With all that shit falling down, I was like, oh my god, y'all, it took me almost 2 weeks before I was gonna even like touch it. I was just close the door back. There was just so much shit everywhere, just all on the floor. So then I had to go to Lowe's. I had to get my little handy dandy shit right. Go to Lowe's and get the shit to fix my closet, and then put my closet back up and together. So I put my closet back together, reinforced everything. But I was like, you know, I don't ask for anything. I don't ask anybody to do anything for me. That's one thing I don't do. Because I've always been where I can do things, knowing how to do stuff and not just be lazy and just taking care of myself, for so many years. But I was like, I need to fix this shit. I fixed it. And yeah, but I was like, if I could ask God for something, and it's always been the same thing, what would it be that you ask for? Many things people say, forgiveness and all that stuff. Yeah, you want to be forgiven for whatever you have done if you've wronged somebody or whatever. But I don't wrong people. Well, at least I don't think I have. But if I have, shit, I apologize. Shit, I don't do shit to wrong people, and I don't keep myself around bullshit. So, but what I've always asked for was a closet. Man, what are you talking about? I just need me a nice ass closet. I need a nice closet. Except for my handbags, for my shoes, for my clothes. But I want a closet that I can actually sit down and chill in, though, too. I want to be able to get dressed in it. I need a big ass mirror area or whatever for when I'm doing stuff and doing makeup. I want a damn closet that got a vanity in it. So when I come out, I could just be glam, damn it. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready. My shit ready. And so yeah, that's what I want. Like say like when I move and stuff. And I thought that I wanted to go down when I move. I thought that maybe, but me moving from a big house, and I've been here for 8 years now. But me moving from a big house and then having my glam room and stuff like that, and then downgrading to this 2 bedroom. Because I gave away so much stuff, I was okay. But then I have accumulated so much other shit that I'm not okay anymore. I'm not okay. And I just like, I want to go back to all of my room. You know what I'm saying? I want my girly space. You know what I'm saying? I'm a girly girl. And I had realized a couple of months back is that sometimes my alpha female will come out, but it's all like within protection and stuff like that. But I don't choose to be like that. I like being a feminine woman. I like being a soft, sexy girl. Sexy for me, not for anybody else. I just like being a soft woman. And I don't want to be hard. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be hard. And I was looking at this thing where this guy was talking about what a man would have to do to have a woman to be submissive and everything, especially like a hard woman, an alpha female. For them to be submissive is very, very hard, and how you have to come in with this and that. And I wanted to say that's not true. You don't have to have things for a woman to be submissive to you. You don't. Now of course you got to respect, the person, and you do have to have some nice qualities about you or whatever. Because when I sit here and tell you, like when the soul meets the one that it wants, You know what I'm saying? It connects, it knows that person. It remembers the person from a different life or whatever. And once the soul becomes one and you are, you can just, you are who you are and you get on your path. You have happiness and you don't need anything, you know? And a woman can be submissive, but she's going to be submissive um, to the one in which her soul loves, not from one that she loves just out here, in 3D or whatever. Not just that person. Like, oh, I met a person, he's good to me, and all that stuff right there. That's a person that you would have to learn. But when you meet the person whom your soul loves, your soul already knows that person. And you will instantly, within seconds, remember who this is, and you will let that person lead. And it's very, very easy. It's a lot of times why relationships and stuff don't work because they haven't found the one in whom their soul loves. It's that where we out here and we keep picking and choosing the same person, and you're not allowing yourself to be by yourself, to have healing, so that you can be open to receive the one that's for you. And many times across our path, you get lessons where people cross your path, and your person crosses to see if you're ready. And you get a little test. And sometimes, we misjudge people. And then we just overall judge people because it's not who your friends like. And it's a lot of pick me people out here. And you can't be happy because you're trying to be happy for somebody else. You're trying to say, hey, I don't know what these people will think or what this person will think or if it's going to go right with my job or whatever. You don't understand, once you get with the person that's for you and you get around the tribe that's for you, you don't understand how your life is going to take off. You don't understand that's the key. That's the key to get you across to the other side. That's going to take you beyond where you have ever been. You do not know where that person is going to take you. It's just that you got to pass all of these lessons. People come into your life sometimes to teach you things, and you think you know it all because this is what you're used to. I don't want to live my life in what I'm used to. I want to get into the unknown. I want to get into the thing that God has for me that I have not experienced yet. But I don't want to experience these things. Understand, people say, I want to be rich. I want to be happy. I want to be, wealthy. I want to do that. I'm going to tell y'all the God heaven truth. I don't want to be rich. I want to be healthy. I do want to be happy. I want to meet all my goals and everything. But I'm at a point in my life, I don't want to make memories by myself. I don't want to do it alone. I want to do these things with my person. That's where I want. I want to be rich with my person, happy with my person, healthy, wealthy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just all of these things I want to experience with my person. Not just that I'm going to just go out here and pick somebody. Because sometimes that's why we can't get to where we're going. Like, dang, I'm trying to do this. I want to do this. I, I don't want to go and date this person until I get to this point in my life. Do you understand? That might be why you're not getting to the point of your life, because that person isn't from you for you. And, you think about the wrong thing. You're also being greedy instead of waiting, because the other person that comes into your life, I mean, that might be the key for you to keep moving forward. And then take you places where you have never been before. And then you'll think outside the box. We always think that this is what I want. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that, yes, Atlanta is what I love and where I want to be. But if my life takes me elsewhere and I'm to live with my person so that I can grow and I can get everything in the world that God has for me, baby, I'm out of here. I'm out. You hear me? I'm out of here. I have no kids in school. I've done right by who all I think that I'm supposed to do right by. I don't try to, mistreat people, do anybody wrong or whatever. But what's for me, I want it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I want it. Me out here and how I get hit on and people trying to talk to me and date me, take me out, all that stuff right there. Those are I don't even want that. Hang on for a minute, guys, because my phone is about to start. Let me do something, because if not, they're gonna start blowing me up from all over the place. Hold on. Um, Hoping that this is my baby. But anyway, you about to you at the airport? Yeah, I just got here. Waiting on my friend to pick me up. Did you get sunburned? You look red. Well, look, I'm gonna call you back in like 5 minutes. I'm on live. Let me end this. Okay. Okay. All right. Love you later. So sometimes, you say, I want this, I want that, I want that, instead of just waiting and then just telling God to send you what's for you, because some of the things that we want might not even be good enough and might not be taking us to the place where we need to be. It might not open you up to different things. And my mind is so broad. It's so many things that I want and stuff, but I want somebody to take me, and I want to experience things. I want to learn things that I don't know of. I haven't thought about, that somebody can, like, take me. And it's like, within me cleansing myself, I cleansed myself of friends and all that, associates. And I just went deep within, and I had to ask myself, is this person really a friend? If I really needed this person, would this person come through? But all I know is that when people call me, Diana always comes through. You know what I'm saying? But will these people come through for Diana? Will these people be here for Diana if Diana really needed, beyond a shadow of a doubt? Are they going to just pick up and just be there? So I had to ask myself about these things. Like, I didn't ask myself, like, why do I have this person in my life? This person is only in my life because I'm holding them there. But why do I need you for a placeholder? I got to make room for what God has for me. It's like sometimes we have a lot on our plate and we say, okay, I got to do this, 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 this. I have a lot of things on my plate. Sometimes we pile shit on our plate. You know how you fix shit on your plate and then you don't eat it? Why? Because you just want to taste. Just taste that shit. Put a taste on there and you might have room for something else. And it's like we add all these people into our lives. Some people just want to be known. Oh my God, I just want to be known. I want all these people to know me and all that stuff right there. It ain't good to be known like that. It is not good to be known sometimes like that. And I needed to be able to make room for other people in my life, other friends, people that God has to be in my life. Also, like, within my job, I don't know if that's the job that I'm going to keep. I know that I do very well, in it. I appreciate that, I do appreciate that my name is known, all around when people start like a big business and then they want to call me and stuff like that. But I have done the work. I have put in the work. And just like I said, I'm on vacation, but I still have been working. So, like, when I go back, that I don't have too much that I have to add back on my plate. So it's just like, we say we want to be happy, but how much investment of our that we put into ourselves to show that we want to be happy? Some people, I want to go to a restaurant, I want to do this, I want somebody to take me out here, I want somebody to take, why you can't take yourself out? I don't need a man to take me out. I work hard. You know what I'm saying? I work hard. I work smart though too. I could take myself out. God is allowing you to get up, go to work, and to make whatever little change that you have. And if you have that little bit in your pocket or whatever, then you could take yourself out. What are you waiting on? It's no way that it's written on anybody's path to wait until you get this man or this woman in your life so that you can go out, or that you can go to this location, or you can do these things. But if you do have a wish list, yeah, make that wish list. But it's up to you to make yourself happy, not nobody else. No one can make you happy. When you're happy with yourself, when you're happy by being by yourself, I had to get okay with just being alone. You know what I'm saying? And within these last 8 years or whatever, I don't get fine being alone. You know what I mean? Because you know why I got fine being alone? Because when I want to be with somebody, it's a phone call away, a text away, or whatever. But I'm not going to play with anybody's emotions and stuff like that. If I really don't want to invest or pour into you, I'm not going to waste my time stocking up on karma because that's going to come back to me. I'm not going to play with somebody's feelings and their emotions. I'm only going to be with you, be around you, unless I want to pour into you, unless, friendship wise, or if it to uplift you, to be a very, very good friend, to show you some leadership, to be a shoulder for you to cry on. If I feel like you cry too much, you're emotional wreck and I cannot handle that and stuff, then I'm not going to even be that shoulder. I'm not gonna be a shoulder. I had somebody tell me last week, said they were very nosy. I said, why? Why you nosy? And she was just like, I'm just nosy. I said, why do you want to be nosy and getting somebody else's information or listening to what somebody else has to talk to, and then you're clouding your brain, with information, and you can't even get downloads from what's for you. You too busy trying to find out somebody else's information instead of trying to find out what's good for you. Why do you want to waste your time being? I don't want to know nobody's business like that. I don't want to waste my time trying to, oh, let me see what this person doing. Let me see. I'm too grown for that. I'm past that. That's like, that ain't even high school shit. You know what I'm saying? That's not even high school shit. It's like, I want to follow this person. I want to stalk this person. I want to see what they're doing. Worry about yourself. That's why you're not growing. You're stuck. You are stuck where you are because you're too busy trying to find out what somebody else is doing instead of you using that time to invest in yourself, to learn how to grow, to do what you need to do for you to continue to move forward, and for you to do something better in life, for you to start some type of business or something. And stop trying to copy people, trying to be a copycat because you see somebody else doing something that's not for you. Maybe because you got that spark, it sparks something for you to get up and move, for you to start doing something, for you to do something other than what you're doing, because you're doing absolutely nothing. So it's like, invest in you. I'm sitting right here on this couch doing the no, I need to lose weight. Go take a walk. If you don't want to be in the gym, you don't want somebody else to see you in the gym, go walk around. Go walk around, listen to some music or whatever, and just get out and do something that you haven't done before. But invest in you. And, instead of eating unhealthy, and try to eat one healthy thing, shit, and it can't always be sweet fruit because of all the sugar and stuff. But find out what you want in life and manifest that shit, And when you manifest and, you thinking, and then next thing you know, it's here. God seen that you have been obedient, and I can bless this person. And then when your blessing comes, don't use it for no mess. People want to get out, they want to flash their money, they want to be all flashy, flashy, flashy. No. First of all, you're not grateful. And then you're not supposed to speak all these things. You're not supposed to show every single thing or whatever. You move accordingly, and then you got to move in silence. You be thankful, you be grateful, and then but don't be flashy. Don't be flashy with it. And because that only mess with other people's demons, whatever's attached to them, entities or whatever they have attached to them. It makes them upset. It makes them want to then, they want to be in competition with you. Oh, I can do that better. I can do this. I can go get that. They got this, so I'm going to go and get that or whatever. Just notice the people that you are around, and notice that the people that you're hanging around, if they don't make you want to grow or do better, not competition wise, or do better for yourself, you need to check your circle. But first you need to check yourself and ask yourself, why do I keep hanging around these type of people? Why do I always need somebody around me or whatever? And it's like, do you pray every morning? Do you pray every night? I mean, sometimes you get distracted from things, and sometimes you have to ask God to remove those things. And it's just like, it was almost 2 years ago, I actually prayed and asked God to remove someone from my life, but with good intentions, for nobody being hurt or whatever. But I needed someone to be removed from my life. And but because sometimes, like, you meet entities or whatever, and your how might not be the way that that person needs to leave, so you pray and you ask for help. You ask for help. And when I sit here and tell you, Guys, it was not 24 hours before that person was removed out of my life. I was so grateful. And so I was like, oh, look how quick that was. I mean, when I sit here and say, not a heartache, not a tear, not a nothing, because I was sincere and I meant what I asked for. I, I mean, I went to God in prayer, and that's what I meant with my whole heart, my whole soul, that this person was not good for my life and was not good for my family. And I had no intentions of being with this person, being around that person. I didn't miss that person. And it was like nothing that was connected. It was nothing that was good that came out of that. It was nothing good. Once you've seen it, you can actually see it from a mile away of an entity that was coming that was damaged. It was damaged, and I did not want that. And so, and I asked God for help. I've always, gone to God when I really, really, really needed. I know that God is going to be there for me. I pray every night about everything, and leading me and ordering my steps or whatever. But this is one time I went to God and I asked God, please. But I went a little bit deeper than that as I was praying. You know, um, this is what I'm asking for help for. And then when you do these things, it can open up room in your life for other things, other people, your path, and the way that you should be going. And it did. And instantly it's just like the attachments, were like dropped and gone. And then you can get back into yourself. You can get back into what you need to be doing. You can focus on yourself instead of that energy that you're holding on to, saying, oh my God, I just don't want to deal with this or whatever. So, you don't have to say these things anymore. You know, you could just be happy. And when I say the instant happiness just returned, I mean, it returned. Not that I go around being sad anyway, because I don't. That's just not me. That's just not me. But I could just focus on myself, focus on, everything else. And then a lot of things that I was missing out on started returning. And the reason why that stuff started to returning, because the person that was in my life, I could not move forward with that person because that was not my person. And you guys, you can't move forward, and God is not going to reward you with anything if this person is not supposed to have it. Right? So you're only going to be able to move forward and be blessed and receive all of these other gifts and stuff that you're supposed to get if the person is for you, and you guys can move along and build together. Other than that, right there, if God sees fit that this person's gonna try to get over on you, they're gonna be lying on you, they're gonna be like spreading rumors, doing shit, and they can't reap your good karma. And if you keep going, against that judgment, then you're going to start to reap that person's karma. You're going to start to get that bad luck, because then you're going to be stripped. And you're going to be just like that person. Sometimes we think that we have a good judgment. We don't know. What I did was I've always used my better judgment. But once on this time, I thought that I can actually lower my standards and I could actually pull a person up. And it was never meant for me to go down. I'm not Captain Save-A-Ho. I'm not supposed to save somebody, right then and there. That wasn't my assignment. So if this person wasn't assigned to you, then you can't do that. You can't help that person. That person will pull you down. And I see myself stuck. I saw myself not growing. And I wanted to move forward. So I had to release myself. Even if I have to break my own heart to release myself that I can grow, I would do that. But I didn't have to break my heart because I wasn't in love. I was not in love. It was wrong of me to have a placeholder, just saying like a placeholder, just so I could just say somebody was around me. It was very wrong for me. You know what I'm saying? And I had to repent for that. Because I would have never married that person ever. I would have never married that person. And I would have never taken that person around to meet any of my family. Never would I have. And that was very wrong of me. That was very, very wrong for me. And I say that to the world. You know what I'm saying? I say that to the world. And on that part, I prayed about it and stuff like that, but I had to release it. You have to forgive yourself. And like I said, I would never ever do that to anybody else again, just saying, okay, just to be around somebody. I have somebody around, and then that's what I get for somebody being around. You know what I'm saying? Me just trying to hold a placeholder and stuff like that, because I know that if I wanted to be in a serious relationship or have something like that, I can. You know what I'm saying? But um, I'll just decide to wait. Because if I did that, I'll just be going out there and just trying to pick and grab and stuff. And I've always been honest and straightforward and stuff. And then you guys know that I can have a, I can go deep with somebody though too. But why choose to be mean? Why choose to be confrontational? Why choose to be chaotic when you can just love somebody and just grow? But you got to be honest with yourself. Some people want to hide stuff. I have nothing to hide from nobody. I have nothing to hide. But I'm going to protect me, and I'm going to protect what's around me. And, but I'm going to be true. But sometimes people come into your life, to wake people up. They can be a catalyst to start you on your path and also start you to grow. You got to open yourself up to things that you haven't, open yourself up before. Open yourself up to before. Change can be good, but how willing are you to say, hey, okay, I'm ready for change? You can't just wake up like, okay, because I want this. I'm going to go be with this person because, okay, then I can get this and get this right here. What's for you, you'll get it. You know what I'm saying? But you got to do the work. You can't cheat to get it. You can't steal. You can't lie. You can't scam. You know what I'm saying? You can't rob. You know what I'm saying? You can't forge documents. You can't change documents. You can't falsely marry people. You can't do a lot of things. You can't take bribery. You can have people to come in and pay you to set up people and try and do all these things. You can't. And I mean, that wasn't what was written. You letting somebody else write something or whatever. But everything that's written is read. You understand that, right? Everything that is written is read. Even when you write it yourself, you're reading it out. And projecting and all that stuff. I mean, feed yourself, feed your soul. And I just went totally away from a lot of things. My personal business and stuff, I slowed that down, and told people I wasn't making a lot of things and stuff like that, because I didn't need to right now. I needed to focus on me. I'm always worried about helping somebody else, somebody doing this, doing that, doing something for everybody else and just not for Diana, and I can't sit here and say, okay, who's going to be here for me? Who's going to be here for me? Okay, at first I need to be here for me. And that's what I did, y'all. When I sit here and say that, from last year to like right now and going beyond, I have really been focused on me and focusing on loving myself, growing from the inside, and then saying, what is it that I really want though now? Because God has truly been good to me. What is it that I want? Everybody gonna say, I want the car, I want the house, I want the husband, I want all that. What is it that you want? I want to wake up and be free. You know what I'm saying? Not having a care in the world because I know that God gonna take care of me. Not having a care in the world because I know that the person that's coming in for me is gonna love me unconditionally. We're gonna grow, and we're gonna have whatever it is that we're supposed to have, and I'm open to it. I don't want to wake up and be like, oh, I don't want to talk to this person because this person got drama. I don't want that, because I don't have to have drama in my life. The only reason why we have drama and stuff that in our life is because we invite it, or you choose to stay in that situation. So I had to cleanse me from inside out. I was like, I want to sell everything that's like in my apartment, because by me starting over, I really want to start over. I want to start over. I want to, it's like when my person comes in, I don't want to have the same bed and I know that I slept with somebody in that bed. I want to start over brand new. Only thing I want to take is my clothes. That's being honest. I said that to my daughter the other day. All I want to do is take my clothes. I don't care about all this stuff that I have. I have some nice things. I don't care. I don't care about that. I want to get another new car. I don't want to share the things that I've shared with somebody else. I want to build a brand new life. I'll be on a brand new life. That's what I wanted. It was a brand new life. Brand new life. But I want the life that is for me. Not that I got out here and I chose. I'm going out here to be this person, that person. You know? And as far as reputation and stuff like that, I don't have a bad reputation. And can't nobody give you a bad reputation. Only you can give that to yourself. You know? So when you're true and authentic in who you are, when somebody goes out there to lie on you and spread shit and make documents and do all kind of other bullshit and stuff like that, if a person knows you, they know better. They're like, no, that's not that person. I know for a fact that's not that person. That person wouldn't even operate with this type of person. So something must have happened. You got to let somebody know you. You got to be true to yourself. Don't fake it. They're talking about some fake it till you make it. Fake it till I make it where? What I'm supposed to be making it to. I don't know what I'm supposed to be making it to in this life. You know, we only have a path. Fake it till you make it. How do you know when you made it? I don't want to sit here and say I made it. That's the end. Shit. You know, is this the end of my life then? You know, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. You know, I have growth. I have a ton of love. I have a bunch of qualities. And I'm extremely talented. It's like I have gifts where I can do so much shit. I mean, I'm extremely talented. And I could do a lot of things. I could build things, you know. I could do a lot. And as in business-wise, I'm a motherfucker. When it comes to the business and I'm sitting down with me and my person or just me by myself and I come up with my game plan on how I'm going to get from A to B to C or whatever. When I'm in, I'm 1,000,000% in. And then I don't share those steps with nobody at all. Because I'm not going to tell you that, oh, today I'm going to do this. Today I got to do this. Got to do this right here today. For then somebody to get me distracted where I don't do it. Nah, can't do that. Because when I'm focused, I'm focused. And so I had to go within to cleanse me so that I could be ready for whatever God has for me for my new or whatever. And so yeah, that's it. I mean, end of this week I'll be looking totally different. I'm already happy with everything though now. I'm extremely happy. I think so. David has been gone 8 years. I'm going to be making a lot of changes on my social media. I've never shared my social media with any male because I don't want anybody in my business and stuff like that. I don't want that. So, but I would be open to sharing, and that's only because he would have my passwords. You know, do those type of things that can find out what I'm doing or see what I'm doing. Because I'm going to be open to sharing. Everything is always with me for the last 8 years have actually been a secret. It's just been really not a secret. It's just that I just been keeping, you know, like just to myself. But I'm open to sharing. And I'm putting it out there to the world. You know what I'm saying? Putting it out there to the world. Have I been vlogging? Got tons of vlogs. Tons of vlogs to upload, you know, here and stuff. And I was like, you know, I've been busy. How about I can say that? Yes, I can say that I've been busy. I've been grateful to be busy. I'm happy that I've been busy, right? But you can make time for what you want, right? It don't matter how busy you are, what business you got, how many kids you got, everything that you got on your plate. It doesn't matter how busy you are. When it's something that you want, you'll make room, you'll stop, you'll move a mountain, you know what I'm saying? You'll go over it, whether you got to go through it, you got to go around it. You will make time for what you want. So when I pulled back from my YouTube. I pulled back a lot from my social media. I pulled back a lot from me working out through the years, from me coming on here, being an inspiration to a lot of people. I pulled back, but I also had a distraction in my life that I had to remove. That was not good for me. something that was broken that needed to be healed, that has not dealt with childhood wounds and stuff like that. You have to face these things you've gone through. So I had to be honest with myself and forgive myself and say, okay, you need to get back to you. You need to get back to you. In order for you to get back to you, how are you going to do it? It was a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I had to make sure that I was staffed, to so making sure that work went fine. I had to start moving on things so I can get back to here, and coming back and blogging, coming back and working out and stuff like that, because these are some of the things that I love. This is my heart desire. The things that I want to do is I want my heart's desire. The person that I want to be with is that's going to be my heart's desire. That's who I want to love. That's who I want to share things with. That's who I want to grow with. That's who I want to learn more with. That's what I want. Um, it's not a need. Understand? It's not a need. And it's also like when my person that God has for me. So understand that when God has a person for you, you can't choose and say, this is, I'm in love with this person. You might not be in love with that person. You know what I'm saying? You might be obsessed. You might be infatuated. It might be lust. You don't know. But I'm not going to tell the person that I need them. You know what I'm saying? It might be my want. My person might be my want. But by me waiting, God will send me who I need. And just not that person, just friends, people at my job, people that's in passing, people that I'm meeting, that I get to cross paths more than once. I want it to be the people that I'm supposed to and that I need to cross paths with, because I might need them because they might give me an idea. It might be good just for, friendship, for growth, business. It's God is showing me what I need instead of me thinking about, oh, I know that this person right here, they do good in cutting trees. Maybe I could do a deal with them. That might not be the person, that I'm supposed to pour into that business. It might not be the person. And then God might show me somebody that I need. Here's a business. It's legit. I like to do things right. I like to do things fair. And just because somebody puts you on to somebody, a friend that they know, that might not be somebody you need to do business with. That might not need to be a friend. Oh, I know this person because of this person. Mm-mm. I've learned that I cannot give out information like that. You got to be able to trust who you get your resources from. Look at that person that's giving you that information and what's their track record. And matter of fact, do they even have a business? How are they going to give you somebody to do business and they don't do business? That's not a business mind, you know? Um, so a lot of things we have to think within ourselves, like, what's holding you back? Sometimes holding you back could be yourself because you just won't, instead of you working on yourself. I went home like 3 times and my family members didn't even know I was at home. I drove hours and I went home, went to go and visit my childhood place where I grew up, in the woods. And then I FaceTimed one of my friends and I was telling him about some land that was like actually left to me that was taken. And he was like, "What?" And I told him about, just to look it up. And I went and made peace with a lot of things. From the time that when I was 3, all the way back to living with my great grandmother, I made peace with all that. I had to go back home. I went home, um, went to the ancestors, went to the graveyard, visited my mom, all that, talked to my mom, about some things, talked to my great grandparents about some things. And I just wanted to release myself. And I wanted to release myself from chains that had been with me from my family. Like generational curses. Like you only know a family that just did this. You know? It's nothing with nobody talking about where somebody's going or somebody's still building or whatever. And I wanted to release myself from all of that. And I'm like, I'm here no longer. I don't want to come back to this place. But I do know that they're there. I want to release myself to grow. And some people don't understand about generational curses. And sometimes you can keep going through stuff and you have to break it. But you have to go through a whole bunch of shit. And when I was within, baby, I'm trying to tell you, I was fighting. A lot of people don't know. When you walk up out of your place, you still got to walk up with your head held high. Walk out with your head held high. And I did just that. And I walked out with my head held high because I'm strong enough to. I'm probably one of the strongest females that you guys might know. But it's because that's within me. And my fight that I have in me is always to win. It's my fight will forever in me be to win. Not to sit down, have somebody to run over me, and I move in silence. You know, your fight does not have to be out loud. You don't have to be out loud. You know, you can move around and you can fight and you can make things happen by literally saying nothing. So, but anyway, let me get up here because it's my birthday week and I gotta change this hair. I gotta go and work out. I am going to have a small cheat. I'm going to Starbucks. I'm going to Starbucks to get me a drink. Then I'm going here and do my lemon water. I get fresh lemons, cucumbers, and I do that. And I drink a lot of that. And when I sit here and tell y'all, my stomach stays on 4 flat tires because of that lemon water and that cucumber water. Oh my God, it's just like air just goes out of you or whatever. And then I had to get like regular because I wasn't regular, so I had to get on some probiotics and yeah, taking vitamins and stuff like that. So I had to, like I said, I went down the list on everything that I needed to do, and one thing I needed to do was like really clean out of my house. And I started going through shit and throwing away shit, and I took like 3 trips to U-Haul with clothes when my closet fell, and I took everything that I needed to get like taken up and stuff like that to get tailored because my tailor was like, look, Diana, don't bring anything else back to me because you're tripling up my work. She said, you're doubling up my work. And I said, I'm tripling up your work. So she was like, until you get down to your goal weight, once you get to your goal weight, then bring me everything. And so I'm right at my goal weight. I can just step on it. All I gotta do is just walk in there and just step on it. I'm right at my goal weight, at my first goal weight. And yeah, I could be at my goal weight this afternoon at the weight that I want. And so I just been very, very happy about how I focused and stuff was like, been happening. But I've been happy with it. I've been happy and I've been sitting down and I just been waiting. Just waiting. And but it's gave me a chance to like love me and be happy. And I don't have any baggage. I don't have any baggage that I'm giving anybody. And my thing was, when I asked for God to bring things for me, I knew that one thing, like, hey, if me being with whoever God has for me, I have um, my 18-year-old. I have my 18-year-old and I have to protect her. You know what I'm saying? I have to protect her and everything. And I was like, oh, that's something. And even, if I decided where I got into something and I had to move in with somebody, it's like I got my 18-year-old daughter and I still got to look out for her and stuff like that. And, um, and I wanted that to be covered. And I was just like, I wouldn't want any problems or whatever, but I just wanted that to be covered, and I wanted to be able to trust and stuff. And next thing you know, here I am, my daughter's graduating and she's in college, and then I don't have to even worry about that. God took care of that. It's just like things are just, the parts have just been moving. I've had moving parts and things just been moving out of the way, moving out of the way. But no, don't think that it was easy because I had to do my part. You know what I'm saying? I had to do my part. And trust me, I'll always do my part. It's one thing that I don't know how to sit down. Like if sitting at home, I don't know about all that. I have to work. You know what I'm saying? I have to work. I'm not a person just to sit at home and stuff. I got to be doing something. And so that's going to be it for me. You guys will probably get a vlog, throughout the week. I'm going to be showing you guys what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming or whatever. But if God has it for me that I need to start streaming, then I would do it. It came up a couple of times. And then I did get on a platform. I just have not put anything on it. But if it comes to the point where I need to stream, um, I might start doing that. But getting back up into my YouTube thing or whatever God has for me, can't nobody take it away. Can't nobody play God, and I'm just ready for what's for me. So that's it. I'll bring you guys um, a vlog. And like I got so much footage, it's probably like old though now. I got like some stuff all the way back from 3 months. Got some stuff like when I started my journey of cleansing from the inside to outside, and a part of the rest of my cleansing is getting rid of everything in my apartment. I was trying to think of some of my employees that's grateful that I can give stuff away to. You know what I'm saying? I can give a lot of this shit away to, um, because I don't want anything attached to me with me starting over and rebuilding and stuff. So, but anyway, this is how I'm looking though now. I have been on this journey though now, very very deep, and trying to change everything about me. And actually, it's been working. I've been happy. So look for a blog from me. Make sure you guys thumbs up and everything. Thumbs up. Invest in you before you invest in anybody else. Build you up before you try to build somebody else up. And don't try to save nobody. Save yourself. So God didn't tell you that you was Captain Save-A-Ho. Save yourself before you save anybody else. I invest in me so that I can be good for somebody else. And then I loved on myself and poured in myself so I can pour into something, loving somebody else. So I'll be able to love someone else. Because you're ready. 8 years, 8 years, and I'm ready to move forward. A lot of that stuff I held in because of being truthful, and I know that they'll see this if they're not seeing this, is because of David's family. Um, I never wanted them to hear me say I was ready to move forward. I know it's a hurting thing, you know, and nobody wants to hear their sister-in-law say, or their daughter-in-law say, or their aunt to say she's ready to move forward to be with somebody else because I've been attached to their brother, their uncle, their child for so long. I've been married to David for so long, and still at the same time within me, like dipping and dabbing into anything else and stuff like that, I've still been true to saying that I loved somebody else, which was loving my husband. But to now say I'm ready to invest, truly invest into someone else and love someone unconditionally. And I won't forget my husband, but to truly give myself to someone so that we can grow, because I know what's within me and what I bring. You know what I'm saying? I bring a whole lot of energy. I bring a whole lot of Diana. It's a whole lot. And for me to say that now I'm willing to share Diana um, is a lot. For me to say I'm going to give up myself and not hide anything. That I will stand before my person completely naked and say, here's me. I haven't done that to anyone, to let anybody in. It's only I let them in so far. But to say, this is me and this is what I bring, but it's no baggage. This is what I'm from. This is where I'm from. This is what I do. And I don't know where we're going. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in it. That's where I am in my life right now. And you guys are going to get to see it on YouTube. You guys are going to get to see it. YouTube has been something that I've always been in love with. And I'm back for YouTube. I know I've said that many times, but it's my desire. It's a love of mine. I've lost a lot of money on YouTube because I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing it. And I just get on just to do it just for a little bit. But I'm being honest when I sit here and say that I'm back in it because I love it. I love sharing my life. I love sharing my fitness and stuff like that. And I want to show the world my new love story. Whether you actually see a person or not, one wants to know if I can love, I can. Can I love unconditionally? Yes, I can. Do I care for someone? I do. Do I love someone? Yes, I do. And I'm not hiding that from nobody. Nobody. I would never want to hide the person that I love. But some privacy you have to keep private. And before I can share that with everybody, I have to pray about it. I mean, but for the one that I love, does he know I love him? Yes, he does. He does. Um, do my close friends and stuff know? That's supposed to know? Yeah. It's like only three of them, but they know. And it's people that when I say, this is private, they know what private is. And they're loyal. And learning about loyal friends and loyal people. Being loyal, you can't tell everything. But my person will be a business partner. One thing I do know how to do is make money. That's what I do. I know how to make money, but I make it in an honest way. I make it in a very honest way. So when you decide to face yourself, look in the mirror and say, I'm ready for this, and then you're like, no, I don't want nobody to know about this. I don't want nobody to know I did this, I did that. Then why do it if you're going to be embarrassed about it? I'm not ashamed of anything that I've done or what I do. And I'm always going to be Diana. But now on this new love journey, and I'll probably be doing a lot of lives too, but on this new love journey, I'm ready. I am saying 100% I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready. And, some people like to say, like a girl like me, some people, oh, she do this, she'll gold digger, she'll do this. I must have was digging for gold in my own pocket because nobody's ever did anything for me. Everything I've done on my own, and I've gotten out the mud. Nobody can sit here and say that they've ever did anything for me and paid a bill or nothing like that. No one can say that. No one. Not a one person can say that because they haven't. So, but I'm ready. I mean, this is going to be quite the journey that I am going to share. Quite the journey. And so, but let me get on to this gym before this boy start calling me about all this shit. I will see you guys later. I'll tell y'all this how I'm looking. And then my damn titties. Now with like the fat, this is my necklace. You guys know that this is the best jewelry you can ever wear. It's like when your collarbone starts to show or whatever. So getting rid of these arms and just continuing on to do it. I'll show you guys my measurements and stuff sometime this week, I'm hoping, but I will be back on here. It is my thing to get my ass back on here, and with the support that I have, to get my ass back on here like I'm supposed to. Now I gotta go because I told you guys that I am at my goal weight. I'm right at my goal weight. I can smell it. It's like right there, but I'm not at it. It's like right there. So I got to go work on that, and I got to go get my lemon water. So I will talk to you guys later, okay? Talk to y'all later. Bye.